Welcome to another episode of Ask Cindy Connector Live. Well, hello, this is Cindy, your host over at Ask Cindy Connector Live. I'll introduce my guests here shortly. But make sure you go to TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you go to YouTube, subscribe, comment, and share this very video, and I'll gift you a 5-night hotel stay. If you only subscribe and comment, you'll get a 3-night hotel stay. So, a little bit about the show. It's all about interviewing small business owners and connecting them to my sphere of influence. I'm also a podcast host over at Ask Cindy Connector Live and client retention services at surfcityalohamarketing.com. So, a big plug today, the National Day calendar back there. If you text me at 714-604-9246 that you want the calendar, I'm doing a drawing, and one lucky winner will win a 2022 National Day calendar. And happy Sloppy Joe Day. So today I have my friend Stephanie Massman. I'm a part of her master group that meets every single Thursday at 12 noon. So let's go into your story. Tell a little backstory and what you do.
Okay, in a nutshell, my backstory is, in my past life, I was a talent manager. I worked with actors, and I loved it for a really, really, really long time until I didn't love it anymore. I've always loved marketing, out of the box thinking, and just loved helping entrepreneurs every way that I can. And so I started my company, Pm Connections, and everything. Things just keep morphing. And now I'm really, really, really excited. I have an awesome new business partner, and we're growing something huge. It's going to be a big global success academy, and we'll tell you more about that as time goes on. But yeah, so we're here to talk about a mastermind that you're in right now, Cindy, and tell us what you think. What has your experience been so far in it?
Let's talk about some of the points. So we got communication skills.
Mm-hmm.
We do a little session where we practice our pitch, role playing, and tell us some other things that we're going to learn in this class.
Well, the thing is this. First of all, it is geared for people in the direct sales, affiliate marketing, or MLM space. And we are only allowing 20 people in total. It's halfway full right now. And the thing is that there's so many people out there doing the same things, and they're making a lot of mistakes. And until you can really communicate with somebody, there it is right there, communication sales mastery for network marketing professionals. Like it says on there, I can't read it, but if you have trouble asking for the sale, or if you, I can't read it. If you don't want to talk to your friends anymore, if you just feel uncomfortable closing deals, anything like that, it's because you're not communicating in a proper way. You're not really understanding your client and asking the right questions, because truthfully, if you know how to ask the right questions, you're going to open up a huge portal. And a lot of people will stop at one question or two questions, but they don't dig in deep to find out the real reasons why people are suffering, and they don't get down to the pain points, and they don't know how to maybe ask the questions without offending the person. There's this very specific way to communicate with people. And I'm just going to say, and even today, I joined a new gym the other day, and I went in today. The guy was so nice and so knowledgeable. He knew everything about the body and the BMI index and all of that kind of stuff. And he was so great at sharing all that with me today, but he didn't close me, because he didn't ask me. Yeah, he asked me my goals, but he didn't ask me why it was important to me. He didn't get me imagining what my body's going to look like in 3 months from now. And all of these kind of things are super important, and it's something that we go over in our training. I can tell you right now that we've decided we're going to basically, because this is an ongoing thing. If you decide to come in, it's just a monthly thing. And it's like, it goes in 4 weeks. One of the weeks is going to be geared specifically for practicing your pitch, really like role playing with the people in the group, getting training from Matthew, and, learning, because sometimes you think you're doing it right, or you think you're saying something and you're not saying it. And so until somebody really points it out, role playing is super important. It's a way to practice and practice and practice, because as we know, practice makes perfect, right? And if you don't practice with the right kinds of people, you could be practicing with the wrong people and getting really terrible advice. So that's one of the weeks. The next week is always about winning communication and sales principles. There's a strategy to communicate with people. There's a psychology to it. And if you don't really understand people, you could be the absolute best at what you do, and you could be super excited about your product, but you're not getting to the root cause of why people need your product. Third week, we go over how to really build and motivate and keep your team excited. And then the fourth week is always towards the end of the month, and that is about hitting your month-end goals, and we're going to help you with that. When you're part of our group, not only do you get ongoing support from Matthew and I, you are part of a private Facebook page. All of the recordings from the session are put into that group so that you can go, because it's pretty mind-blowing what he teaches, and it's really hard to remember everything. And so you can go back to the recordings and watch it. So it's awesome.
So what's your favorite part about the mastermind? Like what gets you fired up about your business?
About my business?
Mm-hmm.
I'm fired up because I see the success that people are having that take our mastermind. And that's what fires me up, because I've been in that space for a long time, in network marketing and affiliate marketing and all these other things. And I've never had a trainer teach me how to communicate in a way that really lands with people. And that's what Matthew does. And so when I see the success that the students that we're working with in this boot camp, as well as in our big sales, we do something outside of this as well. But my mission is to transform people in a really big way. Help people stop playing small. So many people play small, and so it's just that's what I'm committed to. I am absolutely committed to total transformation in people's businesses and in their lives, so that they can live a happy life and they can have vitality and have fun. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah. And I actually joined because on my travel brand, I wanted to build my travel brand. And within my travel brand, I have a health and wellness product. So that has really helped me there, especially with the travel. I think I signed up 3 new travel agents over the last couple of weeks.
Woo-hoo!
So yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's all about not being afraid to ask for the sale. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, in fact, it was funny. Somebody said to me the other day, I'm scared to ask people for money, right? And my response was, I love to ask people for money. And I don't mean it like that. I mean it because it's like anything, when people get what they pay for. I mean, there's obviously some things that are there, it's a scam and it is a waste of money. But for the most part, if you have a really great product or really great service that is going to help somebody, ask for. I mean, it's like, I don't feel bad asking people for the money, because I know what's going to happen to them if they pay that money. And I remember, and I'll say this until I'm blue in the face, all these people who say, I don't want to invest in this workshop or this kind of thing, but yet they expect people to invest and pay for their services. It's like, no, you know what I mean? And it is about ongoing education. It really is, because there's just so much out there. And if you get with the right person who can really see you, and that's what he does. I mean, it's not like he just comes and teaches a class. He cares so much. Well, we both do, actually, about everybody that we work with. And we have really good success with our clients, and it's super awesome.
We have a
Melissa. Hi, Melissa. Can't
Hey,
wait to see you
Melissa.
next weekend.
Yeah, so let's talk a little further. What do you think that most small businesses lack in building their business to get to that income level that they dream of?
Well, a lot of it, I think, is mindset. Okay.
Mhm.
People, they have to shift their mindset. People who have abundant mentalities tend to do a lot better than people who have this scarcity mentality. And I know a lot of people will say, well, that's the way I grew up. Well, okay, that's how you grew up. You don't have to, that was part of your story, right? You're not there anymore. But it's not just easy to flip that switch. Um, Melissa, it's just not easy to flip a switch, and you do need some guidance and you need some support. But when you have total belief and confidence in what you're doing and in yourself, and knowing that you are the right person for that client, that's half the battle right there. And then having the skills to communicate to them and to let them know that you're not just like everybody else out there, that you really take their goals to heart. Like Matthew always says, you have to be obsessed with their goals, right?
Mhm.
And we're obsessed with our clients' goals, and we go above and beyond. We have these little portals with our clients, and we help them through it throughout the week. It's just pretty awesome. It's I think that the people that we're working with are, yeah, they're getting way more than what they what they paid for with us.
And we have accountability as well. So before the end of each meeting or each mastermind, you get everybody's goals and then
That
you
is true.
reconvene
You're
every
right.
week. Yeah.
It is true. So at the end, I write down everybody's goals. I put it in our private Facebook group, and then we check, to see how they're doing throughout the week. And the people who reach their goals, we have prizes for them, and we make it really fun. It's not such a serious thing. It's fun, and and what's nice is it is a mastermind, because you're not just listening from me and from Matthew about how your pitch is going. Other people in the room, we always ask, like, how did that land for you? Like, how did you hear it? What could they have done better? That kind of thing. And so it's really important, because there's different types of people. And so if you want to know, okay, with this type of a person, maybe this is how I have to tweak it. With this type of a person, I kind of have to say it like that, because there's not one way of doing it. But to the core, it's getting to their deepest pain point and showing them that you got their back and you can do it. And if you can't, you'll have a connection for them. I mean, that's, if I can't truly help somebody, I'm not going to say, sorry, nothing I can do for you. I will find somebody who will be
Yeah.
able to support them. I feel like the majority of people that come to me, I can support, and Matthew can support. Every once in a while, there's something. And so I'm not going to leave them high and dry.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah. And it's,
Well,
it's just a lot of fun.
one of the things I want to talk about, I've been networking for around 30 years, and I've been doing this, I want to say, for about 15 years. When I meet for a one-on-one, they immediately want to know what I do. Oh, tell me what you do. I'm like, no, no, no. Let's talk about what you do first and how I could better serve you. And a lot of people are really shocked by that, because most people aren't really willing to serve. They just want to sell on the very first meeting. Kind of tell how important it is to be a servant leader.
Well, first of all, saying the word serve is so huge. And I say that all the time. How can I serve you in your business? And I actually, it's the same thing. Like, I will even tell you, I was at a networking event recently, and they're just, you're one-on-one with somebody in a room, and I will ask the questions, right? I will ask, what are your goals? What are you doing right now? Where do you want to be? Can I ask you some personal questions? And I try to get into the thing. I never even tell them what I do. And then I will finally say, you know what? I know this is what happened. So when I went to this last one, I said, you're in an industry, and I would like to invite you to something on Thursday last week. And it's just like, people showed up because it wasn't like I didn't try to sell them anything. I invited them to something that I know could change their life. And so it's really important. And there were people who told me who they are, what they did, what their goals are, and it wasn't right for them. So I didn't tell them about it. And so I took the conversation in a different direction, and I was still able to help them.
Right? Yeah, because we don't really know the pain point until we sit there and start building the relationship. For instance, I get this I just got this like 2 days ago on LinkedIn. Somebody sent me a dissertation about what they do. And I said, well, why don't we meet for a one-on-one and let's get to know each other first before,
right.
Yeah, it's just so important. When you meet somebody on any of your social media sites, get to know them first, schedule a one-on-one meeting, a phone call, coffee meeting, before you send, 3 paragraphs of your business, because everybody just seems to do that.
Like you'll get a friend request from somebody, right? You accept them. Thanks for accepting my friend request. By the way, you want to make some money? Do you want to do this? It's like, oh my God, you don't. It's like people don't understand that. It's just like vomiting in somebody's face. You just don't do that. I mean, for all they know, somebody is not everybody's looking to make extra money, and you have to build a relationship. You have to build a rapport. You have to find out, hey, let's, like you said, okay, we're both entrepreneurs. Why don't we set up a one-on-one? Let's get to know each other. Maybe there's room for collaboration or something. And so that's when you have that one-on-one, that's when you ask them the deep-rooted questions, and you get them imagining what their life would be like if they work with you. And you ask them to imagine what their life would be like if they didn't work with you, right? And so you just have to really, truly listen for those keywords. And not many of us are great listeners. And I'll be the first one to say, I have not been a good listener for the majority of my life. And I'm still learning, but I am really it's making such a huge difference when you really just shut your mouth. You don't have any expectations of trying to sell somebody. It's serving somebody, right? Like you said, It's not selling, it's serving.
And we had to really pay attention also when we're talking, because someone hit me up for their company, and I told them I'm already in a similar company. And then it was about 3 weeks ago. And then 2 years later, 3 weeks ago, she hit me up for the company again and said, oh, I'm actually already with one of my referral partners in that same company. And she blew a gasket and unfriended me. But here's the thing, you should never unfriend anybody, because you never know where the relationship's going to go. And I'm not talking like health and wellness or the same business I'm in, but in general. So if someone wants you to hear about their business, they got to be willing to hear, about each other's business, because otherwise it's just all one-sided and it's all about the sale. And there's people that'll do that as well. They'll say, hey, Cindy, I want you to learn about my business. And then when I say, hey, I want you to learn about mine, then they just shut down. Yeah. So you don't want to be a selfish networker. You need to pay it forward. And even if you're not going to do somebody's business, you never know where that's going to go. That's happened to me many times, where I've never really say one particular person, I haven't joined their company, but I know, trust them. And so I actually refer them to other people, although I'm never bought their product, but I like them and I trust them. And I know about their product, so I would refer them. Kind of talk about how that works for you online.
Oh, it's so funny. No, it's so true, because people always think, I just want to talk to my ideal client. Of course, that is what you want to talk to, but you can't forget anybody else, because some of the best people that I work with are people who, they don't need my service, but because I built a relationship with them, I'm the first person that they think of to refer, to me, because they know I'm going to take care of their clients. And so it is important to build relationships with people. And so as I continue to meet people and new people, I want to know, okay, how can I serve you? What, if I can't, who can, right? And just, even if you don't need what I offer, I would just, I would appreciate you referring people to me if you happen to know somebody who's looking for what I do. and never put anybody on the spot, make them feel bad, don't make them feel guilty, and don't push them into anything, you know. So that's what it is, Cindy Lee.
Yeah, it's just so important to don't throw those relationships away, because I talked to someone recently who followed up with me after, I think, 2 years in my client retention business. And I just kind of was, let her do her thing. And, when she was ready, and then she reached out to me. So that's super important, not to throw a relationship away. And it's all about building relationships, because you could still help each other, although you're not in each other's business. Everybody has at least 200 in their sphere of influence. So never throw a relationship away, and continue building that relationship. I mean, even go out on the town, paint the town red, have a good time, step away from business for a minute, and just start building those experiences together. So it's more than just business. It's about having fun together as well.
Oh, for sure. It's some of my best clients, you know what I mean? Like, after I help them do their thing, they end up becoming some of my best friends, because we've built such a relationship, right? I mean, look at you, Cindy and I, right? Like, it's really true. And this was a really fun interview. Thank you so much.
And in closing, anything else you want to mention about the Thursday Mastermind?
So it's on Thursdays from 12 to 1 Pacific. You do need to register. You can register at, Cindy will put the link up. It's pitchperfect.now.site. And like I said, we will only have 20 people, so register fast. And because not guaranteed that you'll be able to come to this Thursday, but we might be able to get you into the following one if it's not already full. Because once the class is completely full, what happens is we let everybody try it one time for free and get a sense of what it's all about. After that, if you just decide that you want to come into the program, then we'll tell you how to do that. And once it's at 20, we're not even going to be doing these anymore. And I guarantee you, with every fiber of my being, that, somebody's at my door now. Okay, every fiber of my being, that you're going to get tons and tons of value. I got to go.
Okay. All right, I'm going to put you in the green room.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Well, there you go. Make sure that you check out this amazing event. You could attend one time for free. So much nuggets for not only networking, closing the sale, everything to do with your business to grow to the next level. So this is Cindy over at Ask Cindy Connector Live. Go out and think of 5 people today to pay it forward and make a difference.